Hi, it's Greg Burdine, Pastor Faith Baptist Church, with a devotion for you today on a Tuesday. We only got, wow, it's only a week away from Christmas. Isn't that hard to believe that a week from tomorrow will be Christmas Day? A week from tonight, we'll be having our Christmas Eve services. Judy and I are going tonight. Grandkids are doing a Christmas program. One of my granddaughters in Grand Rapids has already had hers. We watched that on the internet, and my other granddaughter had her musical choir recital, and so we've been watching all kinds of things online. Christmas stuff is happening, Christmas giving. I even found out that some things that you order on Amazon, you can't get it by Christmas. It's just hard to get things. So hopefully you have your Christmas bought. We have a few things that we're still working on, but it's all good. But I love the anticipation of Christmas. We were looking at some Bible verses that remind us what Christmas is all about throughout the month of December. And this week I'm in Luke chapter 2, and I want to share with you the Bible verse, Luke chapter 2 and verse 7. It's when Mary and Joseph went all the way to Bethlehem, and she was going to have a baby. They went because it was they were to be taxed, and so they had to go down there. Legally, they had to go down there, and so they got there. And this is what it says. So they were, and it was time for her to deliver. And in verse 7 of Luke chapter 2, and she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. That's just a typical storyline, because we think of the manger, we think of the baby and a manger. Now, the manger scene, I always thought when I was a kid, I always thought that the manger was the stable, the building itself. But when you talk to farmers, the manger is actually the little trough that you put the feed in, you put the food in for the animals. And so we don't know if it was a manger, if it was a feeding trough for cattle, for sheep, for whatever it was. We don't even know that there was a barn. There's tradition that says it was a cave, which it very well could have been. We don't know. It might have even been, sometimes they would put animals in the bottom of a house, and then people would live upstairs. But it says there was no room for them in the inn. Probably at that time there was only one inn, one place that you could go and stay if you were traveling through. Bethlehem was such a very small town. But they went, and there was no room for them. But she brought forth her firstborn son. Jesus was her first. And she had others, we find out later, but she gave birth to that baby. The practical lesson I like to think about this is there was no room for Jesus. There's an old saying, the only room for Jesus in this world was on a cross. And that's where he ended up, is on a cross, to die and to pay for our sins, to sacrifice his life so that we could have life, to give his blood so that we could have our sins forgiven. And so it's a good reminder that even though there wasn't any room for Jesus in the inn, there was room for him on the cross. And I hope today that there's room for him in your heart. That's a good. No room for Jesus except Jesus in my heart. Well, God bless you. Have a great day. Hope it's an inspiration for you to think about the true meaning of Christmas. God bless you.